Hey guys, welcome back to another video over some technical aspects that have recently come to light thanks to some testing, as well as I will also give partial credit to Freeze for helping me realize this in comparison. So Freeze recently did a video over several bashes that are in the game. Now, one thing he neglected to say, one thing he kind of said but didn't go much into detail, which he probably should have, is you can now dodge bashes at the 133 millisecond mark. Now, he said that this only pertained to bashes, but I kind of was skeptical of this at first. And so I decided to do a little bit of digging into iframes in general. And what I found is actually kind of shocking. I actually discovered that iframes themselves were buffed. And I don't know when this occurred, nor how this occurred, but I can say for certain that iframes were definitely buffed. So the way I discovered this was I got my friend Moot over here in training mode, as it were, and I told him to throw several heavies. I was playing Kansei, a static guard hero, didn't want to put too much thought into it, but uh, so I decided to get a baseline of when he hit me. And he hits me at some point in this, right here. So I wanted to get a baseline, fresh numbers, all got on my own. So he hits at this mark right here. He throws a heavy that hits me at this indicator right here, and it hits me at this frame. I take damage. So I did the math, and I counted the frames. I actually counted individually. This is 48 frames. And that is, I think it was 800 milliseconds. Yeah, 800 milliseconds. And so what that means is 800 milliseconds into an attack, I should be hit. Now, if I dodge 600 before 600 milliseconds of the attack, then I should gain iframes. Now, how iframes work is basically if you dodge before, you gain iframes until the tracking of the attack kicks in, and therefore you were hit. So, if you dodge any time before 200 milliseconds, you will get hit. If you dodge any time after 200 milliseconds, that depends on the tracking of the individual move. So, I wanted to see how late I could possibly dodge a normal attack that wasn't a bash, and this was very hard to test. As you can see, I got a little bit of footage, and there were some other recordings I had to mess with as well. But this was basically the most baseline. 800 milliseconds of an attack. So I technically, if I dodge any time after 600 milliseconds of the attack, I should be hit. So here later in the video, I I kind of stopped recording because I had my baseline of when I got hit. So so I have to go back to where I actually dodged the attack. So here's the first frame. So 600 milliseconds in frames, right here, you see this is frame 2163. 600 milliseconds should be 36 frames after this frame. And so that basically means that if I dodge, if my indicator disappears before the 2199th frame, then I have dodged the attack. And if it disappears, if it disappears after, then I should not have dodged the attack. My 200 milliseconds of iframes have not yet occurred. So if I go to the 99th frame, you will notice that my indicator is not there. The 200th frame, I'm not there. The 201th, the 202nd frame, 3 frames, about 50 milliseconds after about 50 milliseconds after I should have dodged the attack, I gain iframes enough to successfully dodge the attack. So this leads me to believe that my iframes occurred within 150 milliseconds, or As demonstrated in Freeze's video, it occurs at 133 milliseconds. So this does not just apply for bashes as a whole, as indicated by Freeze in his video, but instead, all iframes are now standardized to appear 133 milliseconds into a dodge instead of 200 milliseconds. As Freeze has stated, we both do not know when this occurred, but I actually do like this change because it does make bashes easier to dodge, but at the same time, it makes the basher more liable to take a punish for those that dodge too late. So all bashes in general have been nerfed, and iframes in general have been buffed. Take that as you will, and I will see all of you dudes in my next video. Bye!